Jeydah,
Hello.
how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm great. I see you got the red lipstick, the red. I see the Clark Atlanta appeal. I see it. I
You
see
see
it.
me? Thank you.
So I'll say, hey,
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 Panthers.
that's what we do. That's what we do over here, man. So tell everybody that doesn't know who you are.
Hello, everyone. Greetings and humble salutations. I am Jeydah Jenkins, the 33rd Miss Clark Atlanta University.
Yes, yes, yes. So first of all, congratulations on being Miss Clark Atlanta University.
Thank you.
Congratulations on being a Queen Ambassador. So let's just learn a little bit about you. So let's start with this. What made you go to Clark Atlanta University?
Well, I always wanted to go to a HBCU. I've always wanted to go to a institution filled with students who look like me, who think like me, and who go through the same obstacles as I do, so that I can connect and network with like-minded individuals. And I am a mass media arts major. I am concentrating in journalism, and it's a proven fact that Clark Atlanta University is has one of the best mass media departments out of all of the HBCUs. I mean, we've birthed people like Spike Lee, and while Morehouse birthed Spike Lee, our mass media department taught him everything that he needs to know. So when you see certain movies like School Days, and just all of the other rich history that Clark Atlanta University has, it would have been foolish of me not to go to Clark Atlanta University. So that's why I went to CAU.
I love it. And hey, rattle off some more of them alumni. Okay, I want to see more. Spike Lee, only one. Go ahead. Keep going. Keep going.
Yes, that's true. Other alumni such as Pinky Cole. I'm also a entrepreneur myself, and Slutty Vegan is so inspiring to me. We have so many notable alumni that I would be taking up all of the time if I really sat here and wrote it all off.
Listen, Clark Atlanta University, I studied Clark for a minute. Like FAMU and Clark Atlanta, like just the mass comm program and the alumni that came from, those programs. You got to get up Eva Marcel and the Ricky Smiley Morning Show.
Yes.
She's holding it down. She's doing her thing with Ricky Smiley. Bobby Valentino, Bobby V went to Clark Atlanta, man, like Miss Officer. Got a lot of folks that's down in like Clark Atlanta tough. You got a lot of folks that's in radio, a lot of folks that's in TV, a lot of folks making things happen. And we got to show love to Pinky Cole because she was a Miss Clark Atlanta, and look what she's doing.
Yes. And it's so funny because they call Atlanta Black Hollywood, and it is Black Hollywood indeed. My advisor actually is on the radio station. Shout out to Be High.
That's my guy. Hold up, pause. That's my guy. He be having the great. He be getting folks to open up, boy. I swear, when I listen to Be High, I feel like I know Pimp C. I swear, he just give me all the stories, man. Shout out to him. That's my guy.
Yes, we love Professor Hightower. That's how you know him as Be High. I know him as Professor Hightower.
But that sounds different, Professor Hightower, man. I'm like, is that Be High Steve Harvey, boy? What the world? That's a little bit different, Professor Hightower. And I'm like, what's up, Be High? How you doing, bro? Man, am I great looking good, man? What's up, man? Like I couldn't Professor. No, I couldn't do that. He's Be High to me. He was very Be High. But let's just talk about you being a mass media arts major. So like, what do you want to achieve with that? Because that was one of the reasons why I wanted you to work with a Queen series is that currently right now you're our only media major that's on the team. Like even from the folks that the people don't know about, you're our only media major. So talk about your media aspirations.
Thank you. And that's such a blessing to be a part of. So I'm super interested in broadcast journalism. I think something that's very unfortunate is the fact that Black women only make up 8% of the newsroom, and that needs to change. So my end goal is to be as influential as Miss Oprah Winfrey and to have my own channel network one day where I will be able to give students and other people who think like me and look like me the same opportunities to network and share information on a larger platform.
I think you said something important. You said something about diversity, and I think that is what we have to really hammer home here with Queendom. And I didn't really understand just in general the appeal of Queen series because there was so many times where I felt as if I wanted to quit with it. You know what I'm saying? Like Pulse was growing so much, and I was trying my best to really lead Queen series. Some of these captions y'all be seeing, I'm a writer, so I'll be trying to write for the queens to see. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard. So when I talk to certain people about what Queen series meant to them, one thing it meant to them was diversity. and it meant that, hey, like, like queendom isn't just one thing. Like Black women that are successful aren't just one thing. It's not just one size, it's not just one shade, it's not just one shape. So I think that that's important. So talk about just the cultural aspect of, just what makes you, what I'm saying? Like talk about, just where you come from. Let's talk about that.
Sure, thank you. So I actually have the privilege of being the first Afro-Latina that is Miss CAU in history. So that is very amazing. I love to represent my people, my island, and my culture. I think a lot of people forget that Black people are made up of many different cultures, of many different islands and countries, and we even have different cultures from the US, right? So the Southern culture is different than the Northern culture. But being the first Afro-Latina Miss CAU is all about diversity, is all about making sure that people feel included, because although we attend a historically Black college or university, there's so many different components to us. And with that being said, I am a entrepreneur, as I mentioned earlier, and I have a business called Jeydah, in which I sell authentic Dominican empanadas that my grandmother taught me how to make. And yeah, so that's how I bring a little bit of my culture and a little bit of home to my CAU campus.
I love it. I love it. First and foremost, I think that that's powerful because that speaks to just the diversity of queendom. So anybody watching, like I've seen a lot of folks that's DM'd us and they DM HBCU posting. One thing I think is so beautiful is that a lot of folks say that, seeing, Queen Series made them want to run and made them, think about these positions. So I just think, that having you on and, having you on the team, and also Christelle as well, is like, it shows a different side where it's like, it's not just one thing. So I think that that's important. So
yes, shout out to my Espanolia sister.
y'all linked up, man, like gang. I feel y'all. So like basically, like before we segue into how we met, so you gotta talk about Jersey though. You didn't say nothing about Jersey. Talk to me about Jersey.
Okay. I don't know how I didn't mention it. I'm Jeydah from Jersey. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. And I love my state. I am just 15 minutes away from New York City. So I come from a really big city, of Newark and Jersey City. I know I don't always show respects to Jersey City as much as I do, but everything is really fast. And so, with that being said, I think that also plays a point in how I am so interested in the media, because everything happens quickly. And with the news and with the media, you have to be on top of certain things. So I do love New Jersey. You'll catch me sexy walking and doing Jersey club dances all over campus. I promise you guys. Yes, that's definitely home.
Man, listen, you down south now, man. We got we got to teach the down south songs, man. What's going on?
I know them, but I have to stay true to home.
So give me a couple of down south Clark Atlanta stuff and help us get the culture of Clark Atlanta. Come on, give me just talk to me about it. Talk to me about it.
Talk to you about down south Clark Atlanta songs. Well, I know hopefully you guys were watching the other day where my brother DJ Ramon Beats, he went up against the HBCU battle. He battled against DJ J Glove, excuse me,
J Glove, yeah,
from NCAT. He did a wonderful job in doing so. So if you guys haven't watched that, make sure you guys watch that. And he can tell you better than I can, being that that's his expertise.
And then tell him through the turntables, like, hey, Raymond Beat, shout out to him. We interviewed him on Pulse early, and y'all gonna see that full interview when we do the SoundCloud, Battle of the DJs podcast. Make sure you tap in with that. So let's get into the moment I've been waiting for months. Okay, I've been waiting for this for a minute. All right, we got 11 folks in here right now as I'm looking, and I don't know if Clark Atlanta listening, man. I need them to listen up. All right, so we got a story time. You know how YouTube got story times, man. So we got a story time, man, for y'all. All right. So I want you. So basically, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna plug in. So you gonna say something. I'm gonna say something. We're gonna tell the story. It's like an oral history of how we met. So tell me about how you got familiar with me and also Pulse Media in general.
Okay. Well, to begin with, I've always followed HBCU Pulse. I've always wanted to be very interactive and know what's going on, and not just my HBCU community and the AUC community, but other HBCUs around me. So I followed HBCU posts for a long time, and I've always wanted to run for Miss CAU, but I'm a first generation college student, and I didn't really know the first thing about running in a campaign as big as Miss CAU. Now, in the past, I ran for Miss Heritage, and that was a lot of fun, but I felt that to be queen of my illustrious institution needed a lot of preparation, and I didn't really know where to start. So I was watching YouTube videos, I was reading articles, I was Googling everything, and then I came across hbcupost.com, I believe, and I was reading their articles. And I noticed that there was a HBCU Queens consultation, excuse me, that was offered a year or two ago. So I have a philosophy, and the philosophy is the answer will always be no if you never ask. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, oh my goodness, Jeydah, what are we going to do? They are not offering consultations anymore. How are you going to do this? So I said, okay, let me find their email. And I send an email and I say, hi, I hope all is well. My name is Jeydah Jenkins, and I'm humbly vying to be the 33rd Miss Clark Atlanta University. I see that you had consultations in the past, but it's not offered anymore. I was wondering if there's anything that we can do so that I will be well prepared for my election season.
Okay,
And
I'll listen.
go
Well,
ahead.
I'll pick up from there. So you know how we do with posts. I don't know if this is the right one, so I'm gonna go for it. Let's see if this works out, Jade. Hold up. Breaking news, CNN breaking news. I thought I was gonna say it, but it didn't say it. I'll say it for us. So Jeydah reached out. So we ran a lot of campaigns, just with a lot of amazing queens, and it was a lot. You know, with campaigns sometimes can get hectic, can get messy, and you come in with people, you don't leave with them. Sometimes you ain't rocking with them. So, you know, when we started doing, you know, the election initiative, it was just so much that was happening, but we were getting wins, and, you know, the pandemic extended it. So basically, after we got the last win in September, I was working at iHeartMedia. I was like, I don't think I want to do this anymore. And Maya, who we're gonna have bringing up, she was one of my clients for SGA president. And you know, she came back from Miss Benedict, and I worked with her as well. I was like, man, I don't want to do this anymore. And I was telling her, she was like, no, Randall, no, do it. I'm gonna run. Like, you know, I'm like, all right, you know, it'll just be you. You know, I don't really want to do this anymore. Like, it's been a lot of craziness that's been going on. A lot of folks been switching up. I ain't feeling it. So I see the email from Jeydah, and I tell him exactly what I was doing. I was playing 2K11. No, I did not misspeak. I was not playing 2K21. I was playing NBA 2K11 that I bought with my iHeart money that I sort of wish I didn't because I don't work iHeart anymore and I need to pay my bills. Okay, I wish I could have got that $30 back. However, I still play it though, so I guess I'm redeeming it. But like, I saw the email and I was like, what? I was like, huh? And I'm like, okay, I don't know. We're gonna see what's up. So I looked at Jeydah's social media and I'm like, okay, I see something here. Like, I definitely see some queen here. You know, like, I definitely want to talk to her and see what things could be. So we spoke for 3 hours. Literally that first conversation. Like, Jeydah, like, she got J Panadas going, man. She got the money on deck. I was like, hey, so this the price. She was like, boom, here you go. I'm like,
Don't
what?
tell them that.
I'm like, Jeydah got stacks on deck, bro. Like, what the world? Man, that's Jersey for you, man. You know what I'm saying? All the money up on the East Coast, man. All that money. You feel me?
No, so, I think I see my dad in here. I see a lot of people in here. Hey, guys.
What's going on?
No, well, if I can just say, I didn't even think you were going to respond, nor respond at that time, because I'm thinking, Lord, I miss Jay Bernardas. You're so funny. But it was late at night. I think I sent it around 10 p.m. And I'm thinking HBCU Pulse has thousands of followers. They're not going to respond to me. So I just want to thank you for even allowing, for even seeing something in me. I really do appreciate that. And no, I'm not rich. I was just ready to invest.
Hey, that's what's up. Yeah, and you have to. And, you know, when working with your campaign, like, I definitely, you know, saw it in you. Like I saw different things that I felt as if we could work on. Definitely felt like social media needed to be a big thing. We spoke about that behind the scenes. But, you know, that's one thing we worked on. And you know, in working with you, like, you listen. And I think that that's the big thing that we miss. We don't know everything. I don't know everything. Like when it came to at Pulse and Queen series, especially Queen series, like I have folks that I lean on and that I go to for help. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know everything, and with elections for me, it's very much so a formula. And if you study, because let's bring up Jakaya, like, because you read the article that I wrote, why Jakaya had the best campaign of all time. It's like, look at the formula that Jakaya created. Look at, what FAMU does. It is a distinct formula because marketing is formulaic. You don't really change what's working. And the big thing is that you start with your main graphic, your platform graphic, your event graphic. So like when I spoke to you, you had, the ideas of what you wanted to do. We had to polish up how you were telling that story, because the thing about it is that you go to Clark Atlanta's in Atlanta. You got to tell that story the right way. You know what I'm saying? So like the big thing is that like I was ready, like, cause I'm like, okay, I see in you something where it's like, I feel like, she's ready. Like she gonna make it happen. Like you was trying to get me to work with your friend. I was like, oh my gosh, how did he ask me? I'm like, okay, wait a minute, he's trying to get me some more money. Wait a minute. You know what I'm
Shout
saying?
out to
So
the
it's like,
best friend.
yeah. So, like I just really saw it in you. Like I saw it, especially being a mass media arts major and me being a mass comm graduate, these positions are made, for young women like you. So I was like, okay, so this is something that we can do. So we worked on that platform. I was doing that platform like what, like 2 days. I was at work when we talked that time. Remember that time we talked?
Mm-hmm.
I was in the break room. The lights was off. Remember that? Like we talked about, hey, it's already done. You like it's done? Like yeah, it's done. We do this. You know what I'm saying? We don't play around out here. You know what I'm saying? And that platform of the voice of the students. Like I want you to speak to that because that's something that I brought to you. But why did it matter for you to be the voice of the students? Because that was the platform that you spoke that we worked together on. But why does that matter for you?
Right. Thank you. So the original platform was I got you a promise that won't be broken. And I came up with that because I'm kind of like the mom friend, very dependable. All of my friends know if there's a problem, if you're hungry, if you need somewhere to stay, like call on Jeydah. So I just wanted to really let the student body know I got you. And when I tell you that I'm going to do something for you, and if I tell you that I really have your best interest at heart, I really want you to believe me because it's a promise that won't be broken. And when we came up with the voice of the students, I really thought that that was so important because a lot of times students feel that their voice is not being heard on our campus, on our campuses. And that's a real bad problem. In my opinion, because we're spending all of this money going to these institutions where taking these courses and for a lot of people it's their first time away from home. I know I travel a lot, but my first time living outside of New Jersey was going to Clark Atlanta. So I feel that Clark Atlanta University should be your home away from home, and if you don't feel home here, if you feel that your voice is not being listened to, then that is a problem that should be taken seriously.
Exactly. And the you being a mass comm major, I got you a promise that won't be broken. That was the platform. I got it mixed up because the voice of the students was the campaign theme.
Yes.
So with I got you a promise that won't be broken, that was something that I really felt like, as a leader, you gotta stand on that. You have to stand on an aspect of, hey, like, I'm gonna be here for you. I'm gonna do what I said I'm gonna do. So, I saw that within you, and I'm like, yeah, let's do that. And you got to sauce it up. Like, fam, you taught y'all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jakaya showed y'all that. Like, Jakaya still is influencing to this day with her campaign. And she did that back in 2019. So it's like, you got to sauce it up. Like, you can't come with no Canva graphics and think you're going to be with Clark Atlanta. No.
Mm.
Not a Clark Atlanta when I, cause shout out to Amaya and all the AKAs. That motion graphic in 2019 still inspires me to this day. All right, that motion graphic the AKAs had at Clark Atlanta, Lord have mercy. Whoever did that, man, y'all deserve to work for Tyler Perry, BET, the Queen of England, all of that, bro. Y'all did that. And it's like, I was like, man, we got to come with some level of quality. So we worked on that. And we had some hills to climb now, Jay. Like we close in such a short time because we had to go through some stuff. So I want to bring that to you. So what did we go through? I'm gonna let you talk about it.
Yes. So campaigning was not easy by any means. And, it's never easy. And we hear these stories about how, you're starting to run out of money, or your campaign manager is nowhere to be found, your dress didn't get there in time. But I had a significantly different journey. So my grandmother, my dear abuela, she passed away in the middle of all of this. Actually, in the middle of midterms week, and the next week we were having preliminary pageants because there were too many ladies that were running to be Miss CAU, so we had to get the top three. And I remember getting a phone call from my uncle saying, "Listen, Jeydah, you need to come home. I booked your flight home. You need to be at the airport at 3 in the morning." And I'm kind of like, "What do you mean I need to go home? You know, I have a pageant to prepare for. What's going on?" And he tells me, "I don't think Abuela is going to make it." So at that point, I didn't know what to think. I didn't know what to feel. I was actually in public just trying to get myself together. And so I packed my bags. I went home from Atlanta to New Jersey. I saw my grandmother in the hospital. I was actually one of the last, me and my grandfather were the last people to see my grandmother living. And as I was going to my house back in New Jersey, my grandmother did not make it. So that kind of left me with a very heavy heart, because my grandmother's actually the one who taught me how to make empanadas. So not only was she, everyone loves their grandmother, but she was such an important role model in my life, where she not only was a grandmother figure, but she also taught me about business, and she taught me how to make my own money and how to be a young entrepreneur. So it was very hard. And especially with the preliminary pageant being the next week, I had to make a decision, and I had to make the decision fast. So I was put in the middle of, do you want to go back to Atlanta and miss your grandmother's funeral, or do you go to your grandmother's funeral and miss the preliminary pageant? And it was just very hard for me, because it was something, of course, I wanted to stay and mourn with my family, but this was also something that was put on my heart and put on my spirit to go after. So I ended up speaking to our royal court advisors and trying to make something work. And I didn't, my family bought the ticket for me to go to the Dominican Republic to bury my grandmother there, because that's where she was born and she lived her life. And also, COVID was a very big problem, because you can't just get up and travel wherever you want to, especially out of the country. You have to make sure that you're testing and you're following COVID protocol and your social distancing as well. So what I ended up doing was I flew from Atlanta to New Jersey, and then from New Jersey to the Dominican Republic to bury my grandmother on a Tuesday. And then Wednesday morning, I took a flight back from the Dominican Republic back to Atlanta to make sure that I competed in that preliminary pageant on Thursday. So I went from Atlanta to New Jersey to the Dominican Republic back to Atlanta, all within 3 to 4 days. And it was super hard. The talent that I had for the preliminary pageant was actually a poem for my grandmother. And during the pageant, I broke down and I started crying. And I just felt so embarrassed at the moment that I'm crying on stage. But I was definitely affirmed by the judges and also by advisors, like, it's okay, keep going. And I really felt that my grandmother was there at that moment. So that was something that was very hard for me to figure out. Was I going to stay with my family? Was I going to miss the pageant? Was I going to not be with my family? What was I going to do? But I ended up making it all work out. So thankfully for that.
Yeah. So on my end with that, and we're going to wrap up in a second. On my end with that one, I didn't want to appear insensitive. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be sensitive to what you were going through. So I remember, basically it was, so I knew that I needed someone on campus who's going to make sure you were straight. So I was like, we need Yasmin. We need your best friend to run this. That's how it is. These other schools. She's going to be basically me on campus. So I remember we had a conversation. We had talked, I think, that Tuesday. And we had talked about how, man, you need to be in Atlanta. But it's like, I was like, man, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And then we had talked, and you were like, nah, not going to
I
Atlanta.
remember that.
I was like, well, she said no. All right, listen, it is what it is. Because I didn't want to, I didn't want to push you in a way where it's like, hey, like, just we gonna just do this. Like, no, because it's like, you're very family oriented. And, that's something that, like, my mom is going through that. You know what I'm saying? And just even just this Mother's Day, my mom was feeling that, losing her mother. And it's like, that's something that scares me, you know? So it's like, I was like, man, like, I don't want to be insensitive. You know what I'm saying? So, when we figured it out and you were like, hey, you're going back, I'm like, okay, I think that's real. Like we doing it. And then, so I'm going to shout out one person. And, we're going to be doing some election stuff with Queen Series. Now, I am not running elections anymore. I am retired. I'm putting this on record. I am retired. All right. I'm
Unless
not
you send the
running.
email.
No, 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 no. Do not send. Like, listen, I will send you to whatever we're gonna be doing because I am retired. Like, I'm out the game. Jeydah's campaign and Maya's campaign, last ones, I'm running full force. But like, we had the pageant culture through that, and I have to shout out one person that's been rocking with me for a year, and that's Sarah Adeweme. She was the 51st. Is University of Maryland Eastern Shore. She's been my right hand woman this whole entire time for everything regarding pageantry. So like we were working through it and we were doing them Zooms late at night.
Yeah.
And I was trying to make it quick. But Jeydah did, I was like, listen, because we can go forever. I was like, Jeydah, it's an hour. And then like when it was like we would 8 o'clock now, it's 9 o'clock. Jeydah started asking questions. I'm like, okay, well, I guess you don't want me to know. Go ahead. Okay, cool. We got time. I want to make sure you're ready. And like, the oratory, I wrote that oratory, talking about the pageant, I wrote that oratory literally. So Jeydah sends me the prompt. I was at work and I wanted to go home. So I drove home. I'm like, I do not want to stay here. So I was like, okay, in my little writing mood, I turn all the lights off, turn on my box fan, gotta have the fan white noise going, or I put it in my ears, all right? You know what I'm saying? And I went to work on it. And that oratory, I'm like, hey, how's this? And Jeydah was like, whoa, you did that? Like, yeah, we do this. We do this over here. And then Jeydah wrote like the poem at the start of her talent. And I tweaked and worked on the ending a bit, and we co-wrote that. So I think it was just beautiful to work on that. And you were able to place and I thought it was amazing because like just all the stuff we had to go through to get to that moment. So I really want Clark Atlanta to understand that. It's like you got a queen that literally held it down, like doing so much going on in her life. That's y'all's queen. Like, come on, that guy, like that's respect, right? Come, hold on, wait a minute. Got the hands clap for that. Got to give the hands clap for that, man. Come on, that's y'all's queen, man. I need y'all to show some love and respect to Jeydah for that, because she held it down. Because a lot of folks would have dropped out the race. A lot of folks would have been like, nah, bro, I can't do this, man. Randall, listen, I can't do this. But Jeydah was like, nah, we're going to figure this out. And we figured it out. That's first and foremost. We got to go right there. But we can talk on and on about it. But we have to bring on Christelle and Maya soon. So let's hop to the campaign. So tell us about campaign week. And I want you to say this. Jeydah ain't had nothing to worry about, okay? I just want to just say that because I was making sure that all Jeydah had to do was show up and smile at that point and talk to the people. We made sure that thing was handled. But tell us about campaign week, man. Tell us about campaign week.
Campaign week. I'm getting a lot of love in the comments. I love you guys too. Thank you so very much. Campaign week. I was very excited for campaign week. I know a lot of times people say they kind of die out, and I was just ready. I felt, first of all, if I can get through my grandmother's funeral and hop on a plane a few hours later and go win this pageant, I really truly felt that there was nothing that was in my way. So campaign week was so much fun. I had a lot of social events. I had Battle of the DJs from two DJs at our institution that isn't as known, but is super talented. So I wanted to let them get a chance to be in the spotlight. They did amazing. We had a former Mighty Marching Panther. We had a drum major as well as a female DJ. So that was really, really cool. We did a talent show. And I didn't even know that I knew that there was a lot of talent, but I didn't know it was so many people that could sing, that played so many instruments. It was so beautiful. I did a Paya Queen, which a lot of you guys loved, where I had my best friend Yasmin, who is actually not on right now, but shout out to her and her heavy-handed hand. Where
we got to talk about that real quick. The funniest moment, I edited that video. The funniest moment. So Aretha hops on, and Aretha, Yasmin, they line sisters.
Oh, excuse me.
So
I want to tell the people, Aretha is the 31st Miss Clark Atlanta University, guys, just for context and reference. Okay.
listen, Clean Series knows Aretha. I just want to let you know that
Okay.
we had Aretha all up on Queen
Period.
Series,
I
man.
know that's
Like,
right.
no, Aretha, we like they know what's up. You know what I'm saying?
Amaya's in
So
the comments too. Shout out.
yes,
My
yes.
mama
So
queen.
with Aretha, so Aretha pops in. You know, Aretha's showing love to everybody. So she pops in and participates, right? So basically, Jeydah gets pied, and then literally, like, Aretha was like, I know that's right. What kind of pie is that? And the laugh that Yasmin gave, like, bro, that jump was so funny. I watched that. When I was editing that, I watched that clip 50 times. I'm like, this is so funny. Like, what in the world? Like, talk to us about that moment, Jeydah. Just
First
real
of
quick.
all, I didn't even get the question wrong. Let's talk about that. I didn't get the question wrong, so I don't think I deserve to be pied, but it's okay. It happened. Um, so the way that the game worked was Yasmin was testing our CAU trivia, and Aretha answered the question before I did. And with that being said, if I were to get the question wrong, or if the question were to be answered before I got a chance to answer it, I would get pied. And so my best friend Yasmin is very heavy handed, and she smacked me. I wish you could bring that clip on. She smacked me with the pie, and it was very funny. Aretha made a joke. What kind of pie was that? It was lemon meringue. So that was fun. That was good. And it was just really, I think it showed my personality, and it showed that I'm really ready to get down and dirty, even if it is a pie. I'm really ready to roll my sleeves up and work. So I think that that was a very interesting time in my campaign week.
So listen, so we're getting that clip right now because it's on Instagram. I got to let it play. We can't fast forward it. But I just want to say that, hey, that wasn't a joke. Aretha wouldn't know what pie that was. That wasn't a joke. She was like, what type of pie is that? Here it go. Here it go.
Oh, God. I ate
Here you
that.
go.
I know that's right. Eat that pie. Hey, what kind of pie is that? Lemon meringue. Oh, at least it tastes good.
You were eating that pie, man. That's crazy. That is crazy. Shout out to Aretha for that. And everybody that participated. And Battle of the DJs, she didn't steal that. We blessed her with that. We showed her how to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you already know we do it big over here. Y'all, Clark Atlanta know what's up. Y'all saw Ramon Beats. Y'all saw him in there with Jake Love, man. So, you know, y'all know we know how to do Battle of the DJs. But let's skip a little bit because, like I said, we can go on and on. We might need to do a whole podcast about this one. But, like, talk to us about the moment that you won. Talk to us about that.
The moment that I won, honestly, I have, and I'm looking at the picture now, I have a framed picture of me and my grandmother who passed away. I had in the corner, I had candles lit. I kept praying. I was praying. I felt that at that moment, I did all that I possibly could, and it was up to the students to trust me enough to elect me the next Miss Clark Atlanta University. And I remember, first of all, Miss Clark Atlanta University went last, right? So as I was listening to all of the other lovely elected officials hear their names and win, I was growing more nervous and more nervous. And I had two friends with me. Shout out to Dee and shout out to Dwayna. And I was shaking, and I was going like this with my hands. And there's a private video of that, and I heard my name last. And actually, I didn't even hear my name. I heard the other two contestants first, and then I automatically knew that I was last with the highest votes. And I tried so hard to cry gracefully. Guys, I was trying, I wanted to be really cute and just pat my eyes, but that was also my grandmother's birthday. The day that I won was also my grandmother's birthday. So I just really felt a strong sense of family and a strong sense of blessings and spirit over me, and I could not stop crying. So it was just amazing. It was beautiful. I still kind of watch the video sometimes just when I want to feel humbled and grounded that I went through so much, and my Clark Atlanta University students really, and my peers really trusted me enough for this position, and God really placed this on my heart, and it was written for me. So it's just really unreal sometimes, even still to this day.
Right. So it's so many different ways that we can segue, but we have to end it here because we got to make sure we're sensitive to time. But like Jeydah, it was amazing working with you. First and foremost, I want to just say thank you for choosing to work with me. You didn't have to. You know what I'm saying? You could have decided, nah, I'm gonna figure this out myself, or I'm gonna go with somebody else. But you emailed, and that meant a lot. Like honestly, like you are literally one of my favorite clients because it's like
Oh, stop it.
you listen, you followed the process, and you told the story. And I think that's one thing we have to realize with campaigns is that you have to tell the story. And literally, it's like, I don't play about you, Jay. You already know you my heart, man. I don't play about you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you already know it's issue. You call me, we get that thing figured out. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's always gonna be that. Like, I always got love for you, Jeydah. Like, we really did it. It was a crazy ride from December 2020 to April 2021 to that moment. And it's still a ride, you know what I'm saying? And then now I'm so grateful to have you on. And you're succeeding Ashley as the host of Queen Talk, and that's a big position because Ashley held it down. So like we're gonna work on that. But you're definitely ready for it. And I just gotta say to Clark Atlanta, man, like, you have an amazing queen. Y'all have had a lot of amazing queens. Like Amaya held it down during the pandemic. Jeydah's about to take that mantle, man, and she's about to go crazy with it. So I need y'all to support her. I'm gonna say this. I make bold declarations, and we just gonna end it like this, okay? Y'all see Miss Pinky Cole, all right? That was about what, like 11, 12 years ago? Next Pinky Cole. What's up? Run it. Like who gonna tell me? Who gonna tell me you not? You have a literal, Jay putting out. You have a literal like business based around food. Like,
yes.
Like y'all better support this Pinky Cole, like because when Jeydah get her award for the NBA, we like, y'all don't support her, we ain't we ain't worried about that. All right, I need y'all to support y'all the next Pinky Cole. All right, we not playing. We're not playing. And listen, y'all don't want the jersey to come out of Jeydah. No, we ain't playing with that.
Oh.
East Coast folks different. All right, down south we been like East Coast folks different now. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, but nah, in all seriousness, Jeydah, it was amazing working with you. I'm super proud of you, and I just can't wait to connect more, see where our friendship goes, and just continue to see your career grow, and everything is about to just grow. You know what I'm saying? So, right. In general, let's wrap it up like this. Where can we find you on social media?
Well, thank you so very much. My Instagram is Jeydah from Jersey, Jeydah. I know Jeydah is spelled a little funny, but it's because I'm one of one. So Jeydah from Jersey. My Twitter is Jeydah from Jers too. And I also have a blog if you guys love to read. It's JeydahFromJersey.home.blog. And before I pass the torch to my lovely sister queens, I just want to say thank you for having me, Randall. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for everyone in the comments. I see my peers, I see Amaya, I see my parents in here. Thank you so very much. When the road seems foggy, please remember to always keep God first, trust on your family and friends, and never forget Atlanta University's motto, find a way or make one, because it has taken me so far.
Yes, that's my favorite motto. And Jeydah, I need you next week. We have a couple more queens. We got a show. Like listen, I did this one. I need for queens to host this. So you this show, should we pass the torch to you? This your thing. So you gonna host it next week. All right. So that's gonna be you. But Jeydah, thank you so much, and we will see you later. Thank you so much for coming on.